welcome to another dream. Tonight, you will find yourself wandering inside a massive, shimmering mall. Big mall. Somewhere along the way, you stumble across a large drink store. This store sells many sorts of drinks, including soda, pop, tea, coffee, even some alcohol. And you walk inside, and you're met with aisles, each filled with rows of colorful bottles, cups, stacked high like little glass towers. And you are super bored. You don't want to buy anything. You came here to kind of be a little playful. You're feeling a little playful. Ooh, feeling a little mischievous. You cannot help but pull a tiny prank into a prank against innocent employees, just for the fun. So, you slip into the back area, the warehouse, where you're met with lots of boxes filled with this side up, with few bottles. In this warehouse, you see crates of drinks that are waiting to be unpacked, and shelved. You decide to play a prank. So, you decide to spill some of the drinks and mess up a few boxes. Alright? And so you, with a light nudge, you tip over a few wine bottles, a few boxes of teacups, of tea bags, and you fill up a few bottles of water, soda, and even alcohol. You see it watch as they fall and roll across the floor. And to add on to that, you see a box where it says this side up with 2 arrows pointing upwards. And for to add it to the fun, you decide to tip it over and put it to the side, even though it says fragile. Okay? And so you played your prank with a fresh puddle of colored water, colored drinks, a beautiful shiny puddle. And before anybody notices, you slip out as if someone has been there and left, and you vanish into the busy mall with other shoppers roaming around and buying what they need. So you're inside the crowd and you're a little bit hungry. So there is a nearby food court. Let's go and grab some water. So you are still in your dream and you are grabbing a nice cup of water for $1.25. You tap, you pay, and you get served a beautiful glass of water. Alright, but just as you are casually sipping away the water, alright, a TV mounted high in the corner catches your eye. So, it catches your eye, okay? And what you see on the screen is like a text, breaking news. A news alert flashes on the screen. It says, wanted, prankster spills drinks at a local store and in a mall. And you see this grainy footage, CCTV footage of the warehouse with the boxes. And you see a guy, and that guy is spilling out drinks and even tampering a few of the boxes by rotating it and flipping it upside down and to the side. And it is seen wearing a shiny blue backpack. Your heart skips a beat. You know it is you. It is you. You know it's you because you are wearing that backpack. In fact, you've set it on the other chair across the table you are sitting. The surveillance cameras catches everything. Now you're trapped inside this gigantic mall. You are on the 4th floor, but the only exit is all the way down on the 1st floor. And to make things harder, the escalators are blocked by crowds, security, and even a few police officers searching the building, typically catching thieves and shoplifters. But now, they have been notified that someone is on the loose. A prankster, you are in the loose. Your dream mission is to escape the mall. Quietly, cleverly, before anybody catches you. And so, your heart is pumping so hard, and you got no choice but to try and get through the mall. Everybody unnoticed. So, you leave the glass of water behind, and you are now trying to sneak everybody. You don't talk to anybody, and you now start to walk out of the food court, and you start to try to find the nearest staircase that goes down a floor. You remember the staircase that he came from. It is the one to the right. Now it's at your left. Okay? The staircase at the left goes downwards. And this one, as you make your way to the staircase, you notice a few police officers are right there. And now they're blocking the staircase. And so, you have no choice. You cannot use that staircase because there are 2 police officers over there. And now, you have to find another way. And so, there is another big hallway that you've never been there. At least in the time of that visit. So you make a left to the next hallway. And you notice that this floor alone only sells food and drink. There are no clothing shops because your plan is to try and jack a few clothes and try to dress as somebody else. And so, you decide to try to find another staircase. And there is this option. There is an elevator that someone you know has told you, oh, there's an elevator that nobody really uses. And you know that it is in the 4th floor. And so you decide to try and look around this particular hallway. There's not many people here, thankfully. There's not many police officers. But you do not let your guard down because you know that more may be coming. As you walk through the hallway, seeing another screen that has the same surveillance camera of you with a blue backpack. You notice a few metal doors with some buttons at the end. Those are the elevators. And you try to go into one of them by pressing one of the buttons. And unfortunately, they do not open. It seems like it takes forever for the elevators to open. But then, for the split second, the elevator makes a beep. But after the beep, the door didn't open. It just says, warning, elevator out of order. You thought it was a signal that one of the doors is going to open, but it just says, elevator out of order. Use the stairs. And you say, crap, damn. I can't use the elevators. I have to go back. You have to go back. And so, your heart now skips beats, and you're starting to sweat, because time is running out. You decide to make your way back into the hallway, and you make another left at the end, realizing that you're in view of the same doorway to that left that takes you to the staircase. And finally, you don't see any police officers waiting, because before you saw 2 police officers or security guards, but now they're gone. And this is the moment you think to yourself, this is the moment to use the stairs, or else you'll be stuck here and you'll be boxed into this floor. And so you quietly and casually walk to the staircase, open a door, and move down the staircase, downstairs, down to the 3rd floor. And there's more stairs that go to the 2nd floor. 2nd floor goes. And hopefully this is your exit. Hopefully this is your way out. And you start to move down the stairs, but as you go in mid-flight, you see a couple people, and you're still not view of these people, but you quickly realize their badge. They're police officers. They're the same police officers, but who have traveled down a couple flights of stairs. So you're forced to go back to the 3rd floor. And now you are in floor number 3. And this floor has stores that are primarily clothing shops. And so, that's a good start. Your plan is to try to dress as somebody else, so you will not go unnoticed. And so you go to that store, the nearest store, And this store sells sweatshirts. Oh, this will be very good. Maybe I can jack some of the sweaters and try to dress as somebody else. And so you sneak into that one. You sneak into that sweater store. And you try to find an aisle where there is nobody. And you look around, try to find and make sure there are no security cameras. And there are no security cameras. There is this area. And there's this sweater that's in the area amongst the other sweaters that has a different color and it's gray without any picture, and you decide to take it. And so you take that sweater and you make your way to the fitting room. And as you make your way to the fitting room, you go inside and change. So, are you enjoying this story? This is not over. If you're enjoying this, please consider subscribing. It will really help. So I could get you to pay all of your sleep credit cards. So let's continue. You take out your wallet and remove your pants. And you take another pair of pants that has been lying there on the bench. Maybe somebody forgot to take that merchandise. So you take it off and take the one that's been left on the bench in that little changing room. And you wear it. Nice color. You switch sweatshirts. And you put in another sweatshirt that's gray. Totally a different color. And you have a hoodie, so now, hey, now you are totally dressed as somebody else. And now you can disguise yourself and not worry about getting noticed. And so you exit the changing room, ditching your old pair of clothes, and you make your way out of the clothing shop. And now you made your life easier. You're now someone else. So you're stuck in floor 3. Your goal is to find another staircase that goes down to the first floor. So you go to another hallway that has more clothing shops. And as you are making your way to the next staircase, there's another one that you see that's totally different. It's not the one that you came from, where there are 2 police officers that are in the way to the second floor entrance. So there's this other one, and as you're trying to make it, you notice a security guard with a walkie-talkie trying to call somebody, and says, "Oh my gosh, I see the blue backpack. There's this guy walking past me. I think it's him. He has this blue backpack." And you feel the weight of your bag feeling heavy. And you start to sweat a lot because you are still wearing that blue backpack. That blue backpack that has been caught on surveillance. And now one of the security guards has noticed you already. And now he's thinking that you've stole something. Probably, hopefully not. And so, you don't want to run. You just want to walk because you don't want the security guard to know that you're trying to escape and trying to think that you hurt him, okay? And so you try to not sip, but walk a bit faster onto the entrance that takes you to another flight of stairs. And so you make your way down the stairs, down the stairs onto the second floor, and now you are trying to go down to the first floor. And as you make it past, you check if there are any police officers or security guards blocking the passageway, the entrance to the first floor. But thankfully, there's nobody. There's nobody. And so it's all clear. And so you open that door, the double doors, push that big bar, and you are now at floor 1. But all you gotta do is to make your way to the big main entrance. There's no going back. You're almost there. You're almost there. Almost there. Let's change up the color to red. Alright. Make it a bit brighter. Now you are in the final part. You see more doors. You hear a door bang behind you. That is the door behind you, the door where you came from. Now it's the final boss. So you have to walk. Remember, you don't want to run because you might get noticed by the security guards. And so you walk in a brisk fashion, passing some shops. You notice that it has a lot of shops: a diamond store, a boot store, a arts and crafts store, and gardening shop, and the Tim Hortons for some reason, and another boot shop, Foot Locker. And you zip past the last store before the main entrance, an Old Navy. And so right before you try to get to the main entrance, you see more of these police officers and a few police cars parked right in front, as if they're waiting for you to come out. So you said to yourself, "Oh frick, it's not looking good. I have to go back and find another way. There should be another way out." And there's an idea that comes into your mind. Maybe one of the stores has a back door that you can sneak out of. You try to find the next store, and you quickly go to the boot store you just passed. This store sells a lot of leather boots. As they make you past the store, past the shelves with the boot displays of women's high heels and boots, you make your way to the area. There's a door that says employees only. And so, hopefully nobody notices you. So you try to open a tad bit, employees only, to find yourself in another warehouse with boxes, with shoes that are waiting to be unpacked. And in the crack of you, there is another door that probably takes you outside. And so you have a decision to make. Should you do it, or you should not? So, a flight or fight response situation comes in, and you decide to screw it. I'm going out of here. I am getting out of here. And you take your way. You push that employees only door. And you quickly bust open that door at the back. And as you open that door, you get a big breath, a big slap of fresh air that hits your face with blue sky as you are now outside. And now we realize that you made your way out. Ooh, that is very good. And you casually make your way out of the mall and try to avoid the massive parking lot. And there are trees that are lining up. And as you snuck through these trees, you notice this big parking lot, and there are 50 police cars lying on the parking lot, as if they're trying to find a way, as if you are a criminal that has committed a serious crime, but you have not committed a serious crime. You kinda committed prankster or something, a prank. And so the police have no idea that they are searching for one little prankster who decides to create a little few puddles in the warehouse, who has just left. And they don't know that you got away with that prank. And the glass is now empty. And your dream is over, and you wake up. So, are you asleep? Did you get your tingles? If you are asleep, give this video a like. If you enjoyed and got your tingles, I hope this gets to 20 likes. It'll be very appreciated. If this did not make you sleep, comment down below. Did you enjoy this dream story? And what was the most amazing part? Hopefully, this made you sleep, eases off your sleep debt, and pays off your entire balance of your sleep credit card. And so, stay tuned for the next video. I'll see you later.